Free your mind now. Be part of the People's Pan-African Parliament. The Pan-African Pyramid Debate with your speaker, Andrew Irumba Katusabe.
How are you?
Everything that manipulates us, I forgot about that. In 20
He's a chair and founder of an African pyramid. I don't want to waste much time. I want to give this space for him to give us those wonderful words that he has brought. I thank
you. Let's first stand and tell you something. When they say Africa, one people, you say one passport. Africa, one people, one passport. One people, one passport. Africa, one people, one passport. You must free the people of Sarhau. They say Sarhau must gain its independence. Sarhau must gain its independence. Sarhau must gain its independence. Africa must have a border-free Africa. There must not be borders between our brothers and sisters. So we must advocate for a borderless Africa. A borderless Africa. Borderless Africa. Borderless Africa. Thank you so much. This helped me to at least ask you to shake a bit. So now I will ask you to take your seats. Thank you. Dear Your Excellencies, here present, His Excellency Ali Muhammad, the Ambassador of Sarhau, right next to me here. His Excellency Fatima Fernandez, the Ambassador of Venezuela. And finally, my one-week enemy, His Excellency of Algeria, His Excellency Macron Murad. He was an enemy for a week when he scored a 3-0 in Namboli. I deleted his number. He was only saved when we also scored the same 3-0 to another country. Do you remember that country? Yeah. Which one is that? South Africa. Huh? So South Africa saved him. Otherwise they wouldn't have allowed to sit next to him. Thank you so much, my brother. The Guild President of Kampala International University and his colleague from Kampala University, also KIU. Distinguished guests, comrades in Pan-Africanism struggle. Dear students of Kampala International University, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew Irumba Katusabe Atei. I am the founding speaker and chairman of the Pan-African Pyramid. This is an organization that's purely based and built on the pillars of Pan-Africanism, patriotism, and nationalism. I am the president of Indoja, Independent Online Journalists Association. It's an online association that brings together online journalists. I am the CEO of the Spy Uganda and Detective VG. Those are online newspapers. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you here today to join you in this temple of knowledge, to share thoughts under the theme Beyond Borders, Pan-Africanism, Nationalism, and the quest for justice in Western Sahara. My assigned topic is the role of youth movements in strengthening democracy and Pan-Africanism. Ladies and gentlemen, Ghana's Kwame Nkrumah once said, the forces that unite us are intrinsic and greater than the superimposed influences that keep us apart. It is this truth that must guide us today, that Africa's destiny is inextricably tied to the unity, self-determination, and courage of its youth. Comrades, history reminds us that Africa has always relied on its young people to shake off all forms of Chinese in all their shapes and inspire change. It was the youth of Soweto in 1976, mere school children, who defied the apartheid regime's racist curriculum and lit the fire of liberation in South Africa. It was the young revolutionaries in Guinea-Bissau and Cape Verde under Amilcar Cabral who mobilized farmers and students to break the back of the Portuguese colonial rule. It was the energy of students across Uganda, Tanzania, and Ghana in the 1950s and 1960s that turned university debates into national liberation fronts and campaigns. Kwame Nkrumah, Convention People's Party, was a movement of restless young men and women who proved that when youth organize, empires fall. To the question of Western Sahara. Western Sahara remains Africa's last colony. When Spain left in 1975, instead of granting independence, they handed the land over to Morocco and Mauritania. The Sahrawi people, through the Polisario Front, declared the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, but Morocco occupied most of the land. For decades now, the Sahrawi people have remained in refugee camps and occupied territories their dreams of freedom postponed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just their struggle, it is Africa's unfinished business. This is not a Sahrawi struggle. I want to repeat myself. It is Africa's unfinished business. Pan-Africanism can't be complete while each of Africa remains unfree. Pan-Africanism cannot be complete while 1 inch of Africa remains unfree, and that is Sahrawi. The betrayal of Western Sahara is the continuation of colonial injustice, and it is the youth of Africa who must rise to correct these historical mistakes. As Thomas Sankara said, freedom comes not through struggle, freedom comes only through struggle. The future of our people will depend on the determination of our youth. Dear comrades, this brings me to the heart of my message tonight. Why are youth movements so critical today? Because Africa is the youngest continent in the world, with over 70% of the population below the age of 35. We are not just the future, we are the now. So stop talking about the future. Stop talking about the youth are the leaders of tomorrow. No, the youth are the leaders of now. Youth, if you remain passive, corruption thrives. If you remain silent, dictators entrench themselves. If you remain divided, neo-colonial powers continue to plunder our resources. But when youth mobilize, we defend democracy. When youth unite, borders crumble. When youth rise, Africa rises. Last week on Saturday, the Pan-African Pyramid launched the Kampala Declaration. It is a clarion call for all Africans on the continent and in the diaspora to sign a petition that demands our 54 African leaders to walk the talk of a United States of Africa. We envision an Africa where our children do not need a visa to visit each other. No. Time must come where when I want to go to Sarahau, or when I want to travel to Algeria, or when I want to go to Cameroon, or when I want to move to Burkina Faso like I was in January this year, I don't need a visa. I only needed to book my ticket because that's my home. That's my... What the hell are you asking me to get a visa so that I can, reach my home? You asked me to get permission to reach my home instead of a visa. Yet Americans and Europeans are here in Africa without visas. An American in America simply gets his ticket and the next 3 hours is in Africa. Are you getting me? No, you're not getting me. Are you getting me, people? Yes. No, you're not. Are you getting me? Yes. No, you're not. Are you getting me? Yes. An American in America right now to come to Uganda in civil boom, he's ticket. He'll be in Uganda. You, to go to Algeria, you need a visa. He's here. He's here. They are here. You have to apply for. And when you apply for visa, you have to kneel and pray to God that he approves there. He approves there. That nonsense must stop. It must stop. We have vision in Africa where our children do not need a visa to visit each other. Where there is one passport, one currency, the borderless Africa, and one stand by force to defend Africa's wealth. Now, all these Africa's countries, 54 of them, each one of them has army. That army is protecting them against us. Do you see the difference? Are you seeing it? That whenever now I go to the border of Kenya, it is the Kenya People's Defense Forces that will ask me, Irumba, where are you going? When a European comes there, they will not ask him. So the army, the 54 armies are supposed to guard our territorial boundaries, stand all of them across the boundaries of Africa to guard us inside our Africa and guard our resources. Not them to guard against us. Why should you put an army to guard me against you? I'm going to put you in power. Are you getting me? No, you're not. Are you getting me? Yes. Are you getting the point? Yes. The 54 armies of Africa mainly are protecting you against the leader. Because every time an American man has wanted to plunder the resources of Congo, they have accessed them. They have not been stopped. Look at Sarahau here. The phosphating Sarahau. They have been plundered left, right, and center, but they have the army. Who is plundering them? Who is accessing them? So, the Congress, let us not just talk Pan-Africanism, but let us walk the talk. So what must we do as youth today? The youth, I'm speaking to you. And I'm normally worried when you come to a university like this. Well, how many are you, roughly? How many are you here? The university, in terms of population? Roughly, huh?
12.5K.
12.5K. 12.5K. Hey, why did you say 12,500? Okay, you're youth, fine. Now, that's not the point. That's not my point. You are correct. Listen to this now. You are 12,500 young men and women in this university. Situation? Eh? Situation? Now, count how many you are here. Count how many you are here. And that's the problem with African youth. Now, from here, you listen to, now most of you must be having smartphones. I will find most of you who are not here. On Saturday or Friday, I will find you in clubs, dancing. You'll be paying 100,000 to go and watch Shiba dancing naked. Very stupid people. Stupid young people. You want to liberate yourselves, but you don't know what you're supposed to be doing at this time. In your years, when Museveni was your age, he was in Mozambique, not drinking the water with the king or Ajun. Look at the empty chairs. That does not give us hope that you know what you're doing. You don't know. We will keep fighting for you, but you're actually fighting us. At one time, when Martin Luther King Jr. was in America fighting for blacks, there are blacks that were actually helping the white man to show them why Martin Luther King Jr. had slept so that they shoot him. And they did. It's only after a few years that they realized they had killed one of themselves. So we are fighting for Africa, but we are the Africans. You want to die, you want to go to heaven, you don't want to die. How do you want to work there? How? So you yourselves, you must begin by working on your mindset. What works for you? What's better for Africa? When you go, last Saturday, so like 3 musical shows, all of them were full, and you are playing. Here you have been invited to come and listen to a message of liberation. How many are you? How many? You must engage politically and take your place in leadership, not as tools of manipulation. You young people, you must engage politically and take your place in leadership, not as tools of manipulation, but as defenders of the people. You must educate yourselves with the writings and struggles of Nkrumah, Thomas Sankara, Lumumba, Julius Nyerere, Amilcar Cabral, to mention but a few. You must educate yourselves with the writings of the struggles of Nkrumah, Sankara, Lumumba, Nyerere, Amilcar Cabral, to mention but a few. You must use digital platforms not for trivialities. Important point again. You young people in Africa and Uganda, how are you using those social media platforms to show your nakedness? So what? Who cannot be naked? Who cannot be? To show your body. So what? Who doesn't have a body? Who doesn't? So what are you selling? Why don't you sell ideas? Most of you are using social media for wrong reasons. Wrong reasons. When it comes to right reasons, none of you is speaking your smartphone to record this message. No, you cannot. Can you see? When important messages are taking place, your smartphones are kept. Go to this review where you see somebody is naked, you want that. That's what you post. You have a problem. Mindset. 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 So when we are soldiers, but sometimes we also give up, we get tired. You must use your digital platforms not for trivialities, but to expose injustice and to mobilize solidarity across Africa. You must innovate, create business, and strengthen intra-African trade so that Africa is no longer a beggar before the world. And most importantly, you must stand together because an injustice in Western Sahara, in Sudan, in South Sudan, in DR Congo, in Palestine, and etc. is an injustice to all Africans and to humanity. I hope you all remember that Africa is the cradle of mankind. Humanity started in Africa to the rest of the world. That's why last time when Iran was attacked by Israel, and this is where I remember my comrade here, I was among the first group. That very day, they were attacked in the evening, at night, in the morning. I was at their office at the embassy, Israel, to go and show solidarity with Iran. And I wrote a statement with my team as an organization. We stood and we said, humanity threatened anywhere is humanity threatened just where you are seated right now. So even the people who believe that Pan-African is about black skin, no. Pan-African is about humanity. You remember humanity started from where? From where? Africa. From here. All these are our brothers. Some of them even came here millions of years ago to teach them manners. They didn't have manners. They didn't know how to behave. They didn't know how to live with each other in harmony. They came here in Egypt to teach them. They sent them here to teach them. Go to Africa and learn manners. Come back and build your world. They started from here. So when Israel is attacking Iran. This is your brother. You must stand with him. Conclude a must. History has shown us that when young people rise, nations are liberated. The question before us today is simple. Will our generation be remembered as the one that united Africa or the one that betrayed? The choice is ours. And to the youth of Africa here today, and to those this message will reach via our various social media platforms, let me give you one last piece of advice. Do not waste too much of your time, do not waste too much of your useful energy arguing over constitutions and penal codes that keep changing the weather. You're going to waste your time. Don't waste your time. I was once like you, I just wasted a lot of time. I already realized when it was late. Don't waste your time. Today you master this, not tomorrow they changed it. So they have changed it. Yesterday there was tamil, now there is no tamil, but you programmed it. How is it going to help you? So don't waste a lot of your time. Today it is murder if it involves the weak. Tomorrow it is manslaughter if it involves the powerful. Today it is corruption if it involves the poor. Tomorrow it is abuse of office if it involves the rich and the connected. So don't waste your time. Don't. Today, term limits and age limits are good if they target a body and their meal. Tomorrow they are bad depending on the weather forecast. Tomorrow they are bad depending on the weather forecast. So don't waste your time. So don't waste your time, your precious time, memorizing and citing laws that have expired dates. Today's laws of Africa. I'm not talking about Uganda, by the way, don't you support me. No, I'm not in Uganda. I am in Africa. Today's laws in Africa, they have expired dates, they have ears, they have eyes and nose. So they smell, depending on who is coming. Instead, I urge you to root yourselves in timeless African ethics, the 40 ancient Kemet principles of math. In actual they call it Mateput. Laws, these are laws of truth, balance, justice, and morality that have stood for thousands of years. And I'll go ahead, if you have a pen, start writing. I'll go ahead and mention for you these 40 laws. Simple. If you are bound by these 40 laws, you don't need to look at the constitution and remember. Why are you memorizing it? Tomorrow is going to change. But there are these laws, principles, that have lived for thousands of years and nothing has ever changed. And they have proven that they are working. So, here number one. Live in harmony with math. Math means truth, balance, order, and justice. And the math is M-A-A-T, math. Since you are people on Google and social media and smartphones, you can Google the 40 laws of math, the ancient Egypt. Number 2 is honor your parents and ancestors. Number 3 is respect elders and teachers. Number 4, speak truthfully at all times. Number 5, treat others with fairness and justice. Number 6, am I running too fast? Yes. I'm running too fast? Okay. Number 6, show kindness to the weak and the poor. Number 7, protect nature, animals, and all life. Number 8, practice self-control and discipline. Number 9, give offerings and gratitude to the divine, that is nature. And number 10, respect women, children, and family bonds. Number 11, work hard and be honest in labor. Number 12, share resources and food with the hungry. Number 13, forgive and seek reconciliation instead of revenge. Number 14, defend the oppressed and the innocent, like the Sahrawi people now. So this is your role. Defend the Sahrawi. Purify your body and spirit. That is cleanliness. That's number 15. Number 16, cultivate wisdom. knowledge and learning. You are doing the right thing to come to the university to seek for knowledge. You must cultivate wisdom, knowledge, and learning. Listen more than you speak. Some of you youth, you're on social media, speak more than you listen. You speak more. Even what you don't know, you speak. Even what you don't know, you comment. What are you commenting? Listen. In listening, there is wisdom. I have seen some of them have started paying the price of talking too much. Have you heard of what has happened to full figure? You have heard? That is the sign of talking too much. Listen more than you speak. Number 18, respect sacred spaces and rituals. Number 19, act with humility, not arrogance. Act with humility, not arrogance. Number 20, live so your heart remains right when weighed against mud feathers. Like your heart should be as light as a feather. This is what they are saying. You must live so lightly that when they put a weather there and yourself here, you actually weigh the same. That means you must live responsibly. So the 20 don'ts, what you must not do. The other ones were the do's. These are the 20 don'ts. Number 1, don't lie or bear false witness. Number 2, don't steal or take what is not yours. Number 3, don't kill unjustly or harm the innocent. Number 4, don't commit adultery or sexual misconduct. Number 5, don't exploit the poor or vulnerable. Rule number 6, don't use dishonest scales or cheat in trade. If you're a trader, don't cheat your customers by using a scale that you know is not honest. Number 7, don't blaspheme or disrespect the divine. Number 8, don't cause unnecessary suffering to the animals. Number 9, don't neglect your duties to family and community. And rule number 10, don't be arrogant or boastful. Rule number 11, don't hold wealth while others are starving. Number 12, don't gossip, slander or spread discord. I dedicate this to full figure. Number 13, don't covet another's wealth, land or property. Don't act with hatred, malice or violence. Rule number 15, don't destroy nature or pollute sacred waters. And rule number 16, don't betray trust or break oath. Rule number 17, don't ignore wisdom or good counsel. And rule number 18, don't exploit strangers, foreigners or guests. And rule number 19, don't neglect rituals, truth and spiritual order. And lastly, very finally, rule number 20, don't live in a way that makes your heart heavy with guilt or wrongdoing. Unlike constitutions that change overnight, these principles remain eternal. They are the compass of justice that no parliament, no president, and no decree can corrupt. If you live by these ethics, comrades, you the young people of Africa, then Africa shall lead the race, not just politically or economically, but also morally and spiritually. I thank you so much. Free the people of Sahara for self-determination of their destiny. One Africa, one passport. Whether it's Africa, one currency, one Africa, one stand by force, a luta continua, amandla, away. Thank you so much.
Free your mind now.
First of all, I want to thank the Committee of Solidarity of Western Sahara for inviting us to this lecture. Secondly, and I want to highlight the effort of the African Youth Congress in solidarity with Western Sahara. And also the Pan-African Pyramid who's here with us. First of all, I'm very happy to be back in this amphitheater after maybe 20 years out of university. Hardly before I read my speech, I want to elaborate a little bit as an old student with the reflections. When I read this topic about beyond borders, Pan-Africanism, nationalism, and the question for justice in Western Sahara, I think the core things, or the main things, or the substantial things, is running this world, or the history of the humanity, is this idea of the expansion and colonialism and the exploitation of the resource of others. Maybe as here there is many students looking in the history of humanity, realize that when it comes to exploit and to see for other resources and for the expansion, we got colonialism, or before that, it was the slavery question. After the Industrial Revolution, just after we got Africa completely colonized by the foreign powers. After fighting, we witness now another kind of colonialism, is the dividing and intimidation. Another maybe ambassador of Venezuela is witnessing this kind of new colonialism. That's why in this topic of this lecture, I want to say that it's a great honor to stand before you today in this significant public lecture, Beyond Borders, Pan-Africanism, Nationalism, and the Question for Justice in Western Sahara. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the Uganda Solidarity Movement with Western Sahara for the invitation and for organizing this important event. Today, we gather not only to celebrate the strength of our shared ideals, but also to reflect on the ongoing struggle faced by the Sahrawi people in their pursuit of self-determination and justice.
Free your mind now. Free your mind now.
His Excellency the Ambassador of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria, Mr. Claude Turengera, Chairperson of the Uganda Solidarity Movement with Western Sahara, Mr. Kalina Rogers, Secretary General of AYC, Mr. Mayor Gil, President of KIU, Mr. Rubega Mubarak, Gil, President of Kampala University, Mr. Andrew Irumba from the Pan-African Pyramid. Brothers and sisters of Africa, of Uganda, and of Western Sahara. Received from the Bolivarian, Latin American, Caribbean Venezuela, a revolutionary greeting filled with strength and conviction. It is a profound honor to address you today on a matter that goes beyond politics and diplomacy, a matter that touches the very essence of justice, sovereignty, and dignity, the cause of the Sahrawi people. We come together today in the name of a cause that is a beacon of dignity for humanity, the just struggle of the Sahrawi people for liberation. From the land of warriors and champions of anti-colonialism like Simón Bolívar and anti-imperialism like Hugo Chavez and Nicolás Maduro, we embrace the cause with love and with unwavering commitment. Hugo Chavez was a great architect of the bond between Sahrawi Republic and Venezuela. Commander Chavez said, the Sahrawi cause is also a Bolivarian cause, a Venezuelan cause. Under the leadership of President Nicolás Maduro, Venezuela has deepened this legacy, continuing turning solidarity into concrete action. More than 6 decades after the approval of the Resolution 1514 of the UN in 1960, which affirmed the right of all colonial peoples to self-determination and independence, the Sahrawi people are still denied this fundamental right. The people of the Sahrawi Republic have endured displacement since 1976. There, despite adversity, they have built a society with resilience and dignity. Their achievements deserve recognition. An effective education system, a health system considered among the most efficient in the continent, and a vibrant cultural identity that continues to be passed to new generations. Brothers and sisters, Venezuela has stood shoulder to shoulder with the Sahrawi people for more than 4 decades. Our country recognized the Sahrawi Republic in 1982, and since then has maintained unwavering solidarity. This is not solidarity of words, it's solidarity of deeds. We share cooperation in education and technical assistance because we know that development of the Global South is our greatest strength. I want to take here on what Mr. Clark was saying. Sahrawi may seem far from Uganda, but imagine from Venezuela, it's even more far away. We believe that the struggles of one people are the struggles of every person in the humanity. I'm going to quote a phrase from Che Guevara that says, above all, always be able to feel deeply any injustice committed against anyone, anywhere in the world. It's like a human body. The human body cannot be okay if one hand, if one finger has pain. So we need to stand in solidarity with every oppressed people of the world. In Venezuela, this solidarity also has welcomed 5 solidarity brigades between 2019 and 2025, where Venezuelan activists have been to the Sahrawi Republic. And also in Venezuela, we have created different programs in the universities about the Sahrawi cause to show people what is happening there. Dear friends, the struggle of the self-determination of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic and the defense of Venezuela's sovereignty are 2 fronts of the same battle against hegemonic forces that seek to dominate our resources and even deny us the right to exist as free nations. At this very moment, a shadow of nuclear aggression hangs over Venezuela and the Caribbean region. The United States, obsessed with imposing a regime change in Venezuela, has deployed warships and nuclear submarines in our waters, in our nearby waters, in a grotesque act of intimidation, a flagrant violation of international law, and a threat to peace in all Latin America and the Caribbean. But they are mistaken. They do not know the fiber of our people. Just as the Sahrawi people have resisted decades of occupation, so too will Venezuela resist these provocations. In this context, our mutual solidarity is more important than ever. We deeply appreciate the steadfast support of the Sahrawi Republic and the Polisario Front for the Bolivarian Revolution. Your example of resistance inspired us. Today, as we stand together, we reaffirm the struggle of the Sahrawi people that it's not theirs alone. It is the struggle of all who believe in freedom, justice, and the dignity of nations. Venezuela remains committed to this cause, in Africa, in Latin America, and in every international forum where the voice of solidarity can make a difference. The Sahrawi people have given the world an example of resistance, of building life and institutions even despite the adverse circumstances, of keeping alive the dream of independence against all odds. It's our duty to ensure that their struggle does not remain endless, but that it becomes a story of victory, liberation, and sovereignty. Today, we reaffirm with absolute firmness Venezuela does not negotiate its principles. Venezuela will not hesitate in its support. We shall continue working together with respect, with brotherhood, with sisterhood, and with unbreakable loyalty. Viva the solidarity among peoples, viva Africa, viva Pan-Africanism, viva the Sahrawi Arab Republic. Thank you.
Free your mind now. Be part of the People's Pan-African Parliament. The Pan-African Pyramid Debate with your speaker, Andrew Irumba Katusabe.